Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Gold Diggers podcast. We are back and this might be our last episode before the new year. I thought you guys would actually be sad. Yeah, it might
Why?
be. Because unfortunately, we pay for this out of our own pockets. So if there's anybody out there looking to sponsor us, let me know. Yeah, it's a sad day. Yeah. I know.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yeah, we'll come to that at the end of the we'll come to that at the end of the podcast. But it's been an eventful week, especially for Chelsea fans, especially for Arsenal fans, and title contenders Liverpool as well. Ella, I hear that you're finally giving in.
I didn't say anything. Did I? Did I give in?
Bruv. What are you going to accept?
Point,
you guys are in that title race.
They're champions elect. It's not a race.
You guys are only 4 points behind.
All right, so you are joined by me, your host today, at Anita by me on all social media platforms, and I'm here with
Shy at Shy Carter.
Teema at teams_GH on X and teams at .gh on Sky. Blue Sky. Yeah.
I've got Blue Sky now. At Anita by me on Blue Sky as well. Sorry, carry on.
Shy, do you have Blue Sky?
It's the same.
Cool. LFCLs on X and Blue Sky.
Wow, we're all on Blue Sky. That's crazy.
Why don't you follow me?
Why don't you follow me?
Sorry, I don't follow any of you guys yet.
Right,
I haven't even opened. I haven't even
I barely
explored,
opened it.
right?
I've probably got like 4 followers.
I thought this was supposed to be
I've got like
sisterhood.
200.
What?
Already? How?
What? What the app just started like a couple days ago. Like, what the hell? Okay, so much has happened in the footballing world, like we said. Ella's still trying not to admit that Liverpool are champions elect, but that's fine. We're going to talk about another team that is allegedly also in this title race. They were not expected to be in this race. However, several people are persistently saying that they are now up there with Liverpool. And I'm going to throw it straight to Teema, because we are talking about Chelsea.
Are we? And not Arsenal.
Not Arsenal.
Not Man City.
Not Man City.
Not Man United.
Not Man United.
They're like 14th, I swear.
Yeah, Man United, they've got a long way to go. Yeah, they're not in, they're not like us at all.
Yeah.
But teams, are Chelsea in this title race?
No.
Why? Let me know.
Robert Sanchez.
Is that it? Okay, Robert Sanchez is the reason why Chelsea's not in this title race.
He's a stripper who has no self-respect. Strips every match that we have.
You
Just
praised him
working the
last
pole.
week. You praised him last week.
I did praise him last week. And then this week, all is well.
I don't think the goals you conceded today were on him, though.
They were. If
He
you
was
look,
poor. He was poor. Yeah,
if you
he
look
was.
back at the first, if you look back at the first goal, my man is diving in the opposite direction,
Okay, whilst he might have dived the wrong way,
and he
that
gets beaten
goal
easily
is
post.
on Levi Colwell.
That goal is on Colwell, Cucurella, and
Yeah,
Robert
but
Sanchez.
Cucurella slips, right? So
Why
if
is he slipping?
He wore the wrong studs. So if
Why is
he
he wearing
slips,
the wrong studs?
but Teema, if he slips, right, he's now out of the play. For Levi Colwell to allow his striker to run across him, that's poor defending.
That's poor defending. It's poor goalkeeping as well.
I don't know.
Two things can be true.
I don't think you blame Sanchez for that goal.
The thing is, you can put some blame on Sanchez, because when you look at the still shots, he looks ridiculous. Like Sanchez looks so out of place. You're thinking, what is your job in this scenario? But I think it does heavily lie on Levi and obviously Cucurella.
Oh, he's
as well.
not getting away with it either. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But you asked me a question as to why Chelsea won't win the title, and it's because we don't have a good goalkeeper. I think if we had a decent,
But I want to point out, I didn't say why Chelsea won't win the title, why they're not in a title race.
sorry, why they're not in the title race is
Because
of
title
Robert
race
Sanchez.
is different to winning the title.
I also think that 7 points is what, we need a 3-game turnaround, and I think that's going to be really difficult.
It's only
I think
4
You're 4
points.
points behind them.
No, come on, you're going to beat Everton.
Hey, have you seen our record against Everton away?
You're fine. Listen, you're fine. You'll
Get a
definitely beat them.
load of this guy,
Two
man.
wins
You're
since
beating-
2010, you know.
You're
There.
beating them, man. You're beating them. So I just think, I know it's also like, yeah, so I think whilst I think Maresca's done an incredible job, I think we will fall short, and it'll probably just after Christmas.
So, Ella, you
What's
said
come on?
Chelsea are only 4 points behind Liverpool. On paper, are you putting them in a title race?
I think they should be confident to compete. Why not?
So why are you not in the title race then?
I've had my opinions. My opinion is the race does not start till March. But I think Chelsea...
Ella, that's bullshit. I'm so
Why?
sorry. Till March?
Yeah.
That's like 75% of the season done.
The reason why is because we still got your Brightons and actually I don't even know if Brighton won, or your Forest, which are still like round. So we're still trying to figure out who's going to be up there. So that's why I said...
That's
wait
the
a
race
bit.
for top 4. This is
What,
the race
Forest?
for the title.
You think Forest going to finish top 4?
I'm not, but that's a race for top 4. Or even top 6, to be fair.
I just think it's still a little bit early.
Oh,
We're not even
Ella,
halfway.
You are 4 points ahead with a game in hand.
Yeah, that we have to win.
Well, I think in Ella's
So
defence,
shameless.
I think they're champions elects anyway. But I think it wasn't it under Tuchel we was top until about this time, and then the wheels fell off. So,
But we were still in the title race. We just fumbled it. Yeah.
but I
And
think
Tottenham
Liverpool,
last year were ahead.
Yeah, you fumbled it.
Tottenham.
Yeah,
Let's
they
be
were
fair.
unbeaten to what? End
What,
of
their 10
November?
their 10-game run.
There you go. That's why I said we have to wait a bit.
when Van der Ven had hamstrings.
leave the poor boy.
Shy, we'll come to Chelsea versus Tottenham very shortly. But Shy, would you put Chelsea in the title race, and why? Why not?
I said yeah. You said why
you
not?
Said, you said no. I thought you said no. My bad. Why?
When you look at it, I think everything is relative to the season that you're in, and the season that you're in, Chelsea currently sits second in the Premier League table. How can you not be in the title race in second?
It's not. We're in a race for the top 4.
Oh, see?
I think that's so shameless. Chelsea are in the title race.
Just to be fair, you did come out here and said, is it September? You said
Yeah, we're gonna win the fucking league. Yeah.
I think there's a difference between being in a title race and then assessing your squad and your shortcomings and saying, I'm confident we can win the league. But as of right now, you're in a title race.
I disagree. I don't think there's a race.
Oh, so there's not a race.
You're champions elect.
Oh, nah. We're not doing that. It's 4 points.
Teema, please,
4
let's
points.
drop the shamelessness.
I'm not
Just
being
for a few
shameless.
minutes.
So, Teema, put it this way. Your 4 points, let's say the 4 points remain, right? Liverpool, hypothetically, don't win their game in hand. They still have to come to Stamford Bridge. You beat them at the bridge, are you then going to come around and say, oh, it's...
We also have to go to your
No, that's not
place.
why I asked you then.
We also have to.
That's not why I asked
Stop
you. You
escaping
also
the
have to, but that's not why I asked you. I asked you a very direct question.
No.
So 4 points, you win, you make the gap 1 point.
Jamie Carragher said we weren't a proper club at the beginning of the season.
Oh,
so
Yeah,
we-
but he
we
did.
are a
But
proper
he
club.
did change his mind today.
He
and
said,
say you
"What?"
could-
He said, "Why would players join us? So why would players join? Why would we be in a title race? We're not a proper club. We are."
But I'm not asking the opinions of
Yeah.
Jamie Carragher, I'm
Alone
asking the
one.
opinions of
Your
Teema.
opinion.
I don't think we're in a title race. No.
Teema, I don't think there's enough evidence for you to suggest that we are not in a title race. When we are sitting second, are currently above actual title contenders, which are Arsenal.
Are they
No, we're in the
title
top 4
contenders?
race.
No. Oh, no,
so everyone, no one's in the race
running
now.
from this title race.
No one's in the title race.
Having it. Chelsea are in the title race. Arsenal's in the title race. Liverpool's in the title race as it stands right now
What about
on the
City?
8th of December. On the 8th of December, those are my 3 title contenders.
City?
Not City.
They're
on
top
the
4
8th
race.
of December.
Interesting.
A race can change. Like it's literally a race can be a marathon, and this is a marathon.
I think
1, 2, 3. Right now, it's Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Arsenal
And we
already
all-
pulled their hamstring.
No.
We're in the top 4 race.
No. You guys went to Dubai, did whatever you needed
We
to
didn't
do.
go to Dubai this year.
Allegedly.
We didn't go.
Allegedly.
Last
What
year
did
we
you go
went.
to do?
They're going in January. Don't worry.
Last year when we went, so it's like last year when we hit that, we had that poor start to the season. We went to Dubai and then we won 16 games straight. So it's like, oh,
What was you doing in Dubai?
warm weather training.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
What are we talking?
Habibi, warm weather training.
The only people that really go to Dubai is your Nonnies and Sanchez of this world. You don't really catch Arsenal players
and you
there.
know what? Thank goodness they do. Because Sanchez was
Sancho.
Sancho, sorry, was
Yeah.
amazing today.
It's not hard to be good against Tottenham there.
Okay, we're gonna come to it, guys. You let us know if you think Chelsea's in a title race or not, and if you think Arsenal's in a title race or not, because I think that's a bag of rubbish. We all already know that Liverpool's in a title race, Ella. There's nothing you can say. You can deny.
We're assessing much.
Can I ask you, who do you reckon is in more of a title race, you or us? As in Liverpool or Chelsea?
It's 4 points. It's nothing. It's same position.
So no one's in a title race then? There's no race.
I told you there's no race
There's
too
no
much.
race. There's
No race too much. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
I can't believe this shame is there from each and every one of you, by the way. Each and every one of you.
I think the 4 points makes it interesting.
Oh, so now it's interesting.
I think it makes it interesting.
Okay. 4
Thank
points
you
is
for that
nothing.
input.
It's nothing. Yeah.
Do you know, these lot are shameless. I believe Chelsea's in a title race, and I'm sure a lot of other people do as well, apart from Chelsea fans. I do think Robert Sanchez is a problem. That centre-back partnership that we saw today, scary. Levi Cole and Badia Shaw, I don't want to see it again.
Fofana is maybe the glue that keeps that backline together, because it's scary. Badia Shaw, what he was doing in that first half was scary.
Oh, yeah.
Horror
We've been
movie.
saying it. But yeah, Chelsea played Tottenham. They won 4-3. Teams, give us the lowdown.
So I never thought, I think a lot of Chelsea fans went into the game and thought it was going to be really easy. I knew that Tottenham weren't going to be as bad as they were against Bournemouth, because I actually watched that game. They were horrendous. So going 2-0 down to 2 mistakes, and actually Chelsea are lucky to go in just 2-0 down. 2-1, sorry. I thought that it could have been 4 or 5 in the first half. But what I was really impressed...
Down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tottenham missed a few
They were cutting you lot for the first 20 minutes.
So what I was really, really impressed with is how Maresca changed it. He did tactical tweaks that really lifted the performance in the second half. And in the second half, we went for their throats. And Tottenham, it happened again. It happened again. Tottenham Hotspur, it happened again. And my sofa partner, who's usually here, is running and hiding. And if my centre-back's hamstrings were holding on with a piece of string, I would probably be too. Hiding.
If that went over your head, Lauren, she's talking about you, all right? No, but I totally agree. And you mentioned something about Enzo making those tactical tweaks. What were some of the tweaks that you saw?
So he swapped Colwill and Badia Shaw. So Badia Shaw was on the left, thank goodness. But he also brought on Lavia, took off Lavia and brought on Gusto. So in terms of that right hand side, it gave us a little bit more balance. And then put in Caicedo into the middle of midfield next to Enzo Fernandez. And you know what? Justice for Teema Nichols, because
I got name.
Yeah. Because I sat here and you berated me. Lauren said I was overrating Enzo Fernandez when I said Enzo Fernandez has to be in a team in order for Chelsea to score, and he has been unbelievable. Shai sat here last season and said that he wasn't a Premier League midfielder. Chelsea fans were online talking about they won Tchouaméni from Madrid, we should do swap deal. I've always thought that there was a player in him. And now he's divorced his wife. We're seeing this player come out. The assists, the goal contributions. I just think today he was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So all of those people who didn't believe me when I said that the Caicedo and Lavia midfield does not give us the balance going forward. Look what happened when Lavia came off the pitch.
Enzo scored.
Chelsea, we were going forward, the attacking play was much better. Although, I will say, Lavia was very good in the first half.
But you do know my argument was Lavia and Caicedo in a midfield pivot is better than Enzo and Caicedo.
I think that is I don't personally believe that, but
Which is fine. We can agree to disagree.
you said that you was coming on here to apologise.
And I lied. I lied. One
But
thing
can
I
you
will
not
say,
see
though,
how-
is that I haven't given Enzo enough props. I do think going forward on the attack, Enzo is an integral part to the Chelsea attack. I get it. I get what you're saying in that aspect, but there's still that kind of unreliability of him from the middle of the park, and that's never going to change. Going forward is fine. It's kind of giving that kind of when Fabregas had legs kind of thing, when he was partnered with Matic, right? And Fabregas was able to roam free into the final third and giving those assists, right? It's giving that. And I'll give that to you. However, there's more stability with Caicedo and Lavia, and I'm not going to change my mind on that.
Stability in what?
In the midfield.
To do what?
To stabilise the midfield.
Okay, but then we don't score goals and we don't win matches.
But that's the thing. You're saying we haven't won matches with Lavia and Caicedo in a pivot.
I think we have. But I think, again, but you can see how for the attacking third, it's not a good. I don't think it's well balanced. I think that probably
But is that an Enzo and Caicedo problem, or is it the fact that the manager has pushed Cole Palmer into a much deeper lying role?
No, I think it's an Enzo and Caicedo thing.
Okay.
Enzo and Lavia thing.
That's fine. We'll agree to disagree on that one.
I think Fernandez is fantastic.
I think
Enzo
Enzo's been great ever since he divorced his wife, for sure. I really need to stop saying things like that, but I don't.
It's true though. I mean, shout out to his wife. Hope everything's good. But Enzo Fernandez has been fantastic, and I always knew that this is the guy. This was the player in him. He does this for Argentina all the time. So I'm glad that Enzo Maresca has found a way to make it work for Chelsea.
Do you guys think that Enzo Fernandez has had a resurgence in his career in the Premier League? And Shai, we'll actually start with you because you're the one that said he's not a Premier League baller.
Wow. 3 years in, he finally performs.
2.5.
2 years.
Oh, 2.5, sorry. I don't think Enzo Fernandez has proved his price tag. Congratulations, he's finally starting to perform. Do you want a cookie?
So bitter, bro. So bitter, man.
He's what, the most expensive midfielder in world football?
No, Caicedo was more expensive than him.
Oh,
And Caicedo's worth it. He's proved his price tag.
115.
quicker than Enzo. Funny that.
Okay, so you're not going to say that he's a Premier League midfielder now?
Nah.
Really? Okay, see, I'm not that bad.
You're just being shameless. You're just really being shameless at this point.
Ella, let's get your take.
I don't completely disagree with Shai. I mean, he's done well recently, but I think in order to justify his price tag, we need to see it for more than a couple months. We need to see it over the season. Let's see if he can keep this consistency, because 105 million, it's a hefty price tag.
Facts. I think consistency is the key to all of it.
He's been consistent.
For like
Only
the
for-
last
only
like
for a
3-4
few
games.
games,
Yeah.
Not 3 or 4 games. It's probably been 4, 5 or 6.
But that can be within 2 or 3 weeks. That's the thing.
That's what football is now.
Yeah, that's not
You
a
know?
long time.
I've seen the player that he has been for us this season, and I've been really impressed. Of course, for me, Caicedo has been our player of the season, but Enzo Fernandez has stepped up, and there's no more "we've got Endo, what about Enzo" song from Liverpool fans, because Endo is on the bench, can't even get game time, and I'm just really happy that the 3 midfielders that we have are all performing really well.
Including Lavia.
Including Lavia. I don't dislike Lavia. I really think he's a really, really, really good footballer. And he's really young as well. So he's going to develop into probably like a beast and a monster. But I think for now, for this Chelsea team, Enzo Fernandez has to be in a team. And it's probably him who needs to be sacrificed, unfortunately.
I don't agree, and we're going to agree to disagree, and we're going to park that subject. And I don't want to hear you lot in the group chat no more, yeah?
No, I'm atting you every time.
And I'm going
Enzo
to
Fernandez.
remove you every single time. I've had enough.
Every
In fact,
single
you know what?
time.
You're not even bad. Faye.
No, but every
Faye
single
is the
time.
worst.
Every single time, because the flack I got.
What about you?
But
still
it
haven't
was
apologized?
justified though. Like me, I don't like when as football fans we're disingenuous about things. Like we love to do that "I told you so," but for the 18 months that Enzo was getting criticised by Chelsea fans, they were within their right to do so because he wasn't performing. 5 or 6 weeks of good form doesn't take away
I
the
never said
18 that
that,
he
though.
was holding facts. Then why are you on Anita? She wasn't wrong.
I never said that she shouldn't have criticised him for 18 months. What I said is we need him in the team now. It's not about 18 months. It's about the skill set and the way that tactically the team is set up. It needs Enzo Fernandez. It's not about the past 18 months. Even I was critical of him for 18 months. But I've looked at the team, reassessed the team under Maresca, and I can see that there is a Enzo Fernandez shaped hole in the team. So, but Anita told me that there wasn't. So
I still think, with or without Enzo, in my opinion, I still think we win the games. Just in my opinion. With or without him, I think we still win the games.
I'm not convinced.
He's playing a more advanced role, and somebody else could have played that advanced role, and we still win
Like
the
who?
games. Cole. If you leave Cole in that advanced role, we still win the games. We still do. And that's me.
I don't know about that.
That's me.
Tottenham were that bad today that you could have.
Tottenham were that bad, we would have still won this game.
Yeah, and put
But we were
Madueke there.
2-0 down, Heather. Like 2-1 down.
But look,
We would've still
Tottenham
won the
gifted
game.
you 2 penalties.
Oh, yeah.
Without-
Tottenham, it happened again.
Do you know what I mean? We would have still won these games, and that's where I'm going to leave
not
it.
sure about that, but
Look, we've said agree
Agree
to
to
disagree.
disagree.
But let's talk a little bit about Tottenham. They did go 2-0 up because of Marc Cucurella and his boots.
no, Anita, man.
What?
Listen,
What? We've got to
to
talk
say
about
about-
Tottenham.
Okay, they scored 2 quick-fire goals.
for mistakes.
And whether they were from mistakes or not, they scored 2 quick. They were 2-0 up in 12 minutes. From Romero went down, the game was over. That was it. Because, I'm sorry, but the drop-off between having Van de Ven and Romero in your back line to a makeshift back, it's just shocking. Like, Chelsea started to get in behind more. You guys started to play more triangles. Tottenham are shit.
It's and I think the scrutiny needs to be on Ange. I remember
100%.
last season. I'm sorry, Lauren.
No, there's no need to apologise.
Lauren's not here. She said,
she's
the way you
looking
hide, she
next to
said,
her.
I'm sorry, Lauren.
She should be.
She said muscle memory.
But I remember last season, and I remember sitting here after the Chelsea game, and I said to her, Ange needs to find another way to win. It
does.
cannot just be one way. That's my biggest gripe with him, is that he doesn't know how to make tactical changes in games in order for his team to win. He can't do what Maresca did. He can't do it. And the fact that he played 2 centre-backs who you know are not fully fit is insanity to me.
When I saw the lineup, I was confused. They're both not fully fit, and it's not even like they've come back from injuries that weren't 6 weeks plus injuries. They have been injured for a number of weeks. You bring them back into one of the most high intense games that you're gonna have in this period. Bearing in mind, Christmas is coming up. Double game weeks. They're coming up thick and fast. And you want to play Van de Ven. I didn't think it was that deep to play that. But then at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up in the morning and we see rumours of Ange and his job being on the line.
Yeah, because he makes stupid decisions like that. Like, they're not... You're telling me, you said Van de Ven, he had a good couple of training sessions. The man's not fully fit. Like, why are you throwing him into a top
But I don't
four?
think...
Come on,
in all
man.
fairness, I don't think Ange is the first manager to do that, and I don't think he's the last.
Two centre-backs.
I don't. Whether it's centre backs, players, or defenders, he's not the first manager to say 2 of his most important. Forget the fact that they're centre backs. 2 of his most important players are missing. He has a Big 6 game at home. They are past fit, because if you're not past fit, you're not going to play.
That's the thing.
So they're past fit by their medical staff. 9 times out of 10, unless you have the luxury to be able to say we can bench you for this game, you're gonna play. It's very unfortunate that they both came off with injuries again,
Bro.
but I don't think Ange is the first, and he definitely won't be the last manager
The only other manager I
to
think that
throw his
does
managers
that
back in the deep end.
is Arteta.
No.
Saka and Odegaard, he brings them back in the second he can. Second he can.
110%. But I'm not saying particularly Arteta. I'm just saying now, for example, you look at Chelsea. Let's say you lose Caicedo and you lose Cole Palmer. You have a game against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. They both passed the fitness test. One, if not 2, one of the 2 is going to start the game.
But do you know the difference? They'll both come off after 60 minutes.
But it's
They
on
didn't
the-
make it.
It's on the medical team, because if you pass players fit,
don't know
that
if
means they're available for selection. The medical team can say, they can only play 30 minutes, 20 minutes. That's what most medical teams
But
say.
you don't know whether they've had that conversation with him.
But that's why we can't really categorically blame Ange, because we don't know who is at fault.
Van de Ven was supposed to come back at the end of December. That tells me everything I need to know.
That was his initial return date. Then that's some bullshit. Then you've got to question that as a manager. And I get it's a top 6 game, and I get that it's a derby, and I get you want to have the passion, you want to have the fight, you want to make sure the fans are behind you. You've had a string of losses. Fine. You do not bring back a player that you're going to need for the rest of the season for one bit of potential
But who's to
glory.
say Van der Ven himself said that I want to play? You never know with players.
You're a manager, though. You're a
don't know.
manager.
It's the medical team for me, I'm sorry.
I think it's 50-50 of who you blame.
Maybe.
It's the medical team's job to look after the players.
But in Tottenham, though, I thought they started the game really well. The first goal came from a mistake. I don't think the second one did. I think the first goal was definitely a mistake. But not from Cucurella or the goalkeeper. It was a mistake from Cole. That is bad. Schoolboy defending. You don't get beat there. They could have capitalised. When they were 2-0 up, I think they had the one chance. Son, it went wide, but I think he was offside. And then it was it Sanchez? Sanchez had a kick.
Yeah.
Sanchez had a kick. And it went straight to the Tottenham player. And I was like,
Do you know what? Do you know what's crazy? I was scared for Sanchez at that moment because I knew Teema was going to.
Yeah.
I think
if they scored.
I think I tweeted, have some self-respect.
Yeah, and then in that moment, I think that's where Solanke should have made it 3-0.
Yeah.
That was a poor finish for me. The goalkeeper made a mistake, you capitalised. From it went 2-1. I said to my sister, this game is over, Chelsea are winning. Because it's Tottenham. And then it went 2-1. Was it Sancho?
Yeah.
Brilliant goal. He looked like Dortmund Sancho. I was shocked. Dribbled all the way from the outside back in. I was like, okay. And then Basuma. If I'm a Tottenham fan, I am absolutely livid. Not even to say that Chelsea weren't going to win the game, but you didn't even make them work for it. He went, and he went full on AFCON there. I'm sorry. With the tackle.
That's wild to say.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by
What do you mean by that? I just realised you're not African. You can't say that shit. The fuck?
did. Come and beat me. No, he did. It was so uncalled for. It wasn't like Caicedo was in a shooting position where it's like, all right, you tried to make the last ditch tackle, it didn't work out. For me, if there's any player you want in your box who you might want to give a shot to, it's a DM. This is not their speciality. But no, he just came, he wiped him out. I said, wow.
It's definitely not Caicedo's speciality. I'll give you that.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even like if it was a Neto, a Sancho, a Palmer, even Jackson, who should have scored, by the way, but that's neither here nor there. If it's one of your forward players, you're like, all right, cool. I can understand the rationale as to why my player has gone in to try and make... But Caicedo, it's like a centre-back being in your box. Shoot then, I don't care. You're not going to win.
And he didn't even get close to the ball.
It's embarrassing, honestly. Even the second penalty, like Palmer's going the other way.
Palmer's going away from goal.
Why are you making that challenge?
And I also do think, though, that there should have been 2 red cards in the game.
Interesting.
I didn't see the second one.
I think Caicedo's tackle is a red card.
I thought he was very lucky
was
to
a
get away.
red.
Back in my day, it's not a red. Back in my day, it's a yellow.
But now
that would have
like
been a red.
you went studs showing.
It's a red.
You went
Couple
studs showing, and it went down
over
the
top
calf
of it,
into the ankle of the
man.
player. That's a bad tackle.
That's a red.
And then I think it was Kulusevski. That elbow was very much intentional. It was a full.
Was that intentional?
Oh, 110%.
You know he came off with concussion.
Really?
What?
That's why we had another. So we had 4.
That's why you got your 5th substitution.
Yeah.
That elbow.
I didn't see
That's
that.
why Lavia came off. Yeah.
That elbow was so intentional. I was just like, how has he managed to stay on? But I personally think, Anthony Taylor and Chelsea and you guys. But I do think that Teema, because he didn't send Caicedo off for the challenge that should have been a red, if we're being objective, then that's why Kulusevski stayed on the pitch. I think if Chelsea get the red, Tottenham get the red, and that's a 10-man game.
Anthony Taylor. See, I went on BBC and I said Mike Dean should find shame. Anthony Taylor, your days are numbers as a referee. Because it's shocking. And the thing about the Kulusevski one, he's looking straight at it. There is literally an angle where he's looking straight ahead. There is no player in the way. He has a perfect angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to stop there because I don't want to get fined.
Please.
Yeah, it should have been 2 reds in my opinion, but Derby, high threshold, whatever. They let the game go on. It is what it is. He gave against 2 penalties though.
Exactly.
That made up for Anfield.
But to be
No,
fair,
that's made up for like a half of one of his bad decisions.
Yeah, because he's made too many bad decisions with Chelsea. It doesn't even make up for 1%. Those 2 penalties, we earned it. And to be fair, if he didn't give, you could just tell the reluctance on his face when he blew the whistle. He just had
the
to
first
give it.
one there was no reluctance.
Even the second one, like you said, Ella, Cole Palmer's running away from goal. I just don't understand. Who was it? Was it Sarr?
Yeah,
It was
he
the
pushed
shock
him.
on his face. Like, why are you
I don't even
shocked?
think it's the push that got him. The push was fine. I think it's the fact that he clipped his
clipped him.
ankle.
He clipped
Like,
him.
why?
Like, what was the essence in doing all of that?
It's Jamie Carragher on commentary. It's a red. No, it's a pen. It's
He's
a
like,
penalty.
penalty.
I can see it all day long.
Stonewall.
It's a penalty. Nah.
Damn. But Tottenham are languishing. I don't even know where they are on the table. At the moment.
11th for
11th.
They're 11th. They're languishing in 11th. And obviously, it would have been great to have Lauren here to talk about their top 4, top 6 hopes, considering that this is probably the last episode before we go off on our break. But I'm just going to have to throw it. If I throw it to Ella, seeing as you're going to be in Lauren's seat today. How is it looking for Tottenham and their top 4 hopes?
They're not finishing in the top 4.
Yeah, they're not.
I don't
agree.
I don't even know where this club is going. They're a strange club. I don't want to be mean, but they're just there. They don't win anything. They don't quite. I just don't know what the goal is, and I feel a bit sorry for the fans because you got their owner who. He's not very ambitious. We know about his Champions League watches and it's saying finalists instead of waiting till they actually play the game and potentially giving them a winner's one. But it doesn't matter if Ange gets sacked because it's going to be the same patterns over
And I saw that they
and over
wanted
and over again.
Dallas Cowboy owner Jerry Jones wants to buy Tottenham.
Yeah.
And
What
if that's the
percentage?
case, hallelujah, amen, they will only go further down.
Oh, it's just, yeah.
I swear to God, he's the worst owner in the entire NFL. Bring him.
But yeah, like you said, Tottenham's ambitions, no one knows what their ambitions are. And it's like, okay.
Stadium revenue.
But it's like,
That's why they have 2 pitches and concerts.
and as a football club, how is that your priority?
Because it's a business at the end of the day.
He sees it as a business.
It's just like, in general, owners across all football fans, where the fans suffer because the fans want success and the owners don't care about anything apart from lining their pockets. It's just sad. But, Tottenham deserve it because last season, Lauren was piping up after being top for 10 games. And now look, her club is 11th with nothing to play for. Season's over already.
They,
in the
they said Ange
quarterfinals.
ball.
Oh, what?
It's the Carabao
They're getting knocked out by the semis.
by Manchester United.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
We'll talk about Man United and we're going to talk about Ruben Amorim very soon and very shortly about Man United. But why's your face like that?
Because I was just about to say, when your stadium is named the Beyonce Stadium, that says everything you need to know about your football club.
Yeah, 100%.
Her and Adele are the only great things to come from that
From that
place.
stadium.
I just think, when I
And
said
it's good.
I hope that the downward fall of Spurs in the most disrespectful manner, I think, I don't know why you'd be a Spurs fan. Like, when I really think about it, how does that happen?
I don't understand it either. Like, I see Spurs fans piping up on the timeline. So, like, when we went 2-0 down, you know Fuad from DR Sports? Fam, I saw him. He was like, you should have gave Cucurella my Timberlands. We steal from the rich. We give to the poor. Robin Hood Club. I'm like, really, bro?
Can we stop referring to them as a top 6 club? I've really been thinking about this.
Who replaces them?
Nobody, because how can you be top
Villa.
6 when you have not won a Premier League? I don't understand. How can you be referred to as a top 6 club when you're the only ones that have not won a Premier League?
In the top 6, in that top 6.
They actually are.
Yeah.
They're not top.
Liverpool,
It's top 5.
Arsenal,
I'm sorry.
Chelsea. Yeah. Yeah, Aston Villa's won a Prem, no?
Leicester have too. So.
We can replace them with Newcastle.
No, we can't. No.
They've never won a Premier League either.
Newcastle have one.
No, I'm not talking about leagues. I'm talking about Premier Leagues. Prems.
Listen.
Because they definitely won league titles, but they have not won a Premier League title.
Yeah,
Why are they a Premier League top 6 team?
Because you know what it was? It was the.
Ain't got an answer.
It was the.
It was top 4 before.
They finished second, and then they went into the Champions League final. And like, oh yeah, this is one of the big 6 clubs in our league. That's how it went. Because originally it was a top 4, which was us, Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Liverpool. Then City came along.
Oh yeah.
So then it was a 5.
I remember it.
Yeah. Then it was a 5. Then all of a sudden, because Tottenham were getting close but not really there, it was a media narrative, and then it became a big 6. This is not a fan-led
This
narrative.
is not normal.
And do you know what I find it so funny? It's because it was so easy for the media side of things when Arsenal were finishing 8th and 5th. They were like, we're replacing Arsenal with Leicester. But somehow, the little lily whites from Tottenham, they managed to stay in conversations, even despite the fact that when they were good and we were bad, we were still bringing in some silverware, albeit the FA Cup. They were bringing in nothing, but they earned their right to be in the top 6.
It's never made sense to me. Even Sunderland, the Stadium of Light, they also have concerts. So why are you top 6 club? Why are you top 6 club? I've never understood. And Tottenham, when Tottenham fans speak, I'm like,
They speak with so much confidence.
what?
They do.
Where does this come? Like, what are you?
It came from Pochettino. Pochettino
Yeah,
gave them
so
too
it's a
much
Champions
confidence.
He didn't win
All of a
anything.
sudden,
It's a
remember
Champions
Pochettino
League
was one of the
final.
best managers in the world from winning nothing.
Yeah, I remember.
Couldn't believe
And when I
it.
used to have debates with Tottenham fans, shout out George, he used to tell me, we've been to a Champions League final where you can't tell me anything.
Imagine that being your. Imagine that being your line.
Scary.
Scary.
Imagine that being in your line.
Oh, he could have thought something better.
It wasn't
Like,
Daniel Levy. Give him a watch as well because he obviously thinks the Champions League final makes him happy.
No, yeah.
Crazy, man.
Tottenham fans do have crazy confidence, and it doesn't match what their club is doing on the pitch at all.
especially now that they're languishing in 11th. So Ange's talking about he always wins the trophy in his second season.
Still a possibility.
I mean, he might Europa League.
Is he going to survive?
Europa League.
I don't know.
I
Who are they going
think
to replace him with, though?
that's the thing.
Potter.
Nah, no chance.
I'm trying to get him a job.
Graham Potter will grab that job though, because that's where he belongs. They'll languish in almost together. Honestly, he can get that job and he could bang. He'll keep them wanting more. Honestly, I promise you. That's a match made in heaven. They need to go and get Graham Potter before he goes somewhere else.
Tottenham really need to argue with Villa and Newcastle fans. That's where they belong.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I don't think it's disrespectful to say that either. Like.
I even look at it as let's take Newcastle out of it, you know, and Newcastle are on their own. Tottenham and Villa 100%, because Newcastle are, in my opinion, they're a bigger club than Tottenham. Newcastle are 100% a bigger club. Newcastle are 100% a bigger club than Tottenham. 100%, and there's nothing no one can
back
say.
it.
It's not even
fact,
for the
I
sake of
don't
agenda.
know.
I'm actually
They are
gonna back it too.
100% Newcastle.
I'm going to back it.
Newcastle.
I'm backing it.
I'm backing it as well.
Ella, come on. Newcastle.
The Angels of
Newcastle.
the Angels of the North. Come on.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Newcastle are a bigger club than Tottenham.
Since when was the last time Newcastle won anything?
The least they've won.
Actually, what they
But you know
want.
what's crazy? Not even Newcastle fans talk about the fact that they went to Wembley in the final that they lost. So at least they have some shame.
Come on, man. Newcastle.
Nah, I can't accept Newcastle. I can't.
I'm backing it.
Fine, we got 3 out of 4 people backing it. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, innit?
When Laura listens to this episode, she's going to be sick.
Laura's gonna vomit.
I'm sorry, Laura.
Nah, but okay. Next manager to get sacked. Are we putting our money on Ange, or is there
No,
anybody else in there?
West Ham.
O'Neill.
Lopetegui.
Wolves. All Wolves. Gary O'Neill.
Apologies. Next manager to get sacked in the
Oh,
big
they
six.
play tomorrow.
Yeah, they do.
So it's going to be a
El
bit of
Sakiko.
a... It's going to be, I don't know, it might be an emotional game for West Ham.
Oof.
Because of
Mikel
the-
Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
accident.
Speedy recovery, man.
Yeah,
that
man.
card
I
looked
saw a
bad.
report that said he's out for the year. He's out for 1 year. And it's still in the balance of whether he'll have to retire or not.
Yeah.
Probably, I think he broke a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, apparently it's shattered.
I was going to say, it sounded like, to get surgery, that sounds is like a shatter, not a clean break. And that car, like, I'm being serious, looking at that car, he's lucky to be alive.
100%. When I saw photos of the car, I automatically assumed the worst.
And I'm being serious when I say this. It's a bit shady, but this is the second crash he's had.
Third.
Maybe
Third
driving's
crash.
not for him.
Jesus, I didn't even know that. But obviously, we're all wishing Mikel Antonio a speedy recovery and sending prayers out to him and his family. Okay, so back to Tottenham losing and back to the next manager in the top 6 to be sacked. It's got to be Ange, no?
Ange, yeah. And it's so funny because, like, the way people were speaking about him during, like, his first season. Oh, he's this, he's that, bloody, bloody, blah. He's just a kangaroo.
Okay, let's move it on. Let's move it
Before we move it on,
go ahead.
We're twinning.
Twin.
Where have you been?
Don't you dare.
Oh.
Damn. I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm in trouble from singing that.
We'll speak about off camera.
Ooh, you're in trouble. Anita.
I feel like I'm in trouble. But me and Teema are twinning
We're on the
today.
same top.
Cute.
I think mine's the real version. I don't know where
Mine's the real version.
Teema's sponsor is not on there. Why don't you have a sponsor?
I've never seen it with a sponsor.
Listen, this is I got this from the mega store.
I believe mine is also.
You believe or it
It
is?
was a gift, so
I think that's.
I think yours is.
I got mine directly from the mega store.
I believe whoever gifted me this got it directly from the Mega School.
Teema, this was here. There's even a darker blue version with the same sponsor.
I've
on
never
it.
seen it with a sponsor.
Oh, bro, I think
It's okay. You have the same jersey.
Right.
yeah. But
Are you being shady?
we're
This-
twinning fraternally. I was born first, though. Clearly.
Anyway, Tottenham lost, so
Yeah, exactly. Twin, where have you been? Mwah. All right, moving on. Manchester United and Amorim have started their relationship, and we haven't had a Man United fan on the pod in a minute, but let's talk about it anyway. United have been struggling. And when I say, like, it just looks like there is no solution to all of their issues. And I remember, I think we've sat here before and we've spoken about what Man United need to do in order to get back to the top half of the table, right? And it seems like getting a new manager was one part. Now they may need a complete rehaul of it all. Ella, what do you think of Ruben Amorim's appointment so far and this Man United Red Devils team?
I think the excitement from Man United fans was premature because Amorim has a hell of a job to do. It is... You know when you just look at that club and you just sigh because everything is just wrong. Not like everything is wrong. Like even if you look at the performance yesterday, the way they conceded those goals, it's like... I don't even know what Amorim actually does about Onana not being able to save from the middle.
He can do.
What can he do about, I don't know who it was, next to Onana not being able to clear the ball when it went over them? Like these are just schoolboy silly errors. He needs like 5 transfer windows to revamp everything. No one is safe. Like,
bro, the day he said we're going to suffer, I said, yeah, it's the players. And I can't understand it. So in midweek, they played Arsenal, they lost 2-0. They played Nottingham Forest, they lost 3-2. Before that, they played Bodo Glimt. And they almost lost that game. Luckily, they ended 3-2. They drew with Ipswich Town. They beat Everton convincingly before 4-0 win.
even that was... because it's Everton, right?
No, don't say that because you were just saying that. Everton.
But Everton away is a different. It's a different animal. It's a different animal. They're poor away. But if you see the way Everton conceded those goals,
it was a joke.
It was a joke. And Man United weren't even good. They were struggling before they actually started conceding. Like it's just I mean, long may it continue. I love it, but you know,
Mood.
Glazers are the best owners in football.
Keep them in.
They sold 25% of their shares to deflect the blame on Ineos, and now no one cares that the Glazers are still
so true.
like, you didn't take out the beast from his head. You cut his belly and it stitched itself back up, and it's still the same person. It's
even
funny,
worse,
man.
actually, I would say.
Like, United, it's just, you gotta make drastic changes. And for me, from a non-biased point of view of not like trying to be objective, Rashford's gotta go. Shaw's gotta go. I don't know why anyone thought that you could bring a 5'3" centre-back to this league like his name is Cannavaro and he was going to do anything good. Did you see him on the corner?
He defended that corner. But did you see the Harry Maguire one against Arsenal? Where he was just like... absolute show.
Harry Maguire,
That was ridiculous. What is that? You train all week for that.
I was so baffled. What are you doing? He didn't even look back. There was no one behind him.
Do you know what the worst thing is? And then he was surprised that they scored.
He was...
I think with United...
He was so shocked that they scored.
I don't know why.
Hey, someone said that there's, you know, when Campfield did that, when they were trying to mark Saliba and how to mark Gabriel, and they were holding hands. Someone said that's what Harry Maguire was trying to do with nobody there. Like, it just doesn't make no sense.
I think with United, it's just really bad. Like, everything is bad, from the personnel to the manager's ideas. And even going from the Arsenal game to the Forest game, even after the Arsenal game, for some reason, their fans thought they didn't deserve to lose the game whilst having 5 touches in our box in 90 minutes.
I'm still proud of the team.
They didn't. You're lying.
They went from
down bad.
Oh, Arsenal's not ready for us, this, that and the third, yada, 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 to... He wants to play football like that. You lot are losers anyways. We should have won. And I'm just like, what?
Piece FC.
Because we let you guys keep the ball a bit in the first half, you were going from left to right, back to the middle, left to right. Is that why you guys thought you should win the game?
They said that they were proud of that performance.
And they were like, I miss the Arsenal of old. What kind of football are they playing?
No.
And I was just like, bro, you not had all this chess. You haven't won away to Arsenal since Jose Mourinho. 2017, 2018, Lingard dance show, whatever.
That was great, man.
That was
great. That was a great. Wait, was that the one where he Millie Rock?
Yeah.
You know, I made a tweet right before that match saying Lingard to Millie Rock next 2-5, and he actually did it. He actually did it.
Yeah. So, what gave them the confidence? And then it was so funny. They were calling Arsenal like set piece FC da. And then Forest's first goal, they conceded it from a corner. It was just like, maybe we need to look and be like, and Lissandro between the two, he was like this. He was sandwiched between the two Forest players.
He didn't even jump, not even an attempt.
Because he can't. Why did you think that having... I'm not being funny. Not to like... But, you know, some special centre-backs who are on the shorter side over the years in football have blessed us. Lissandro cannot make it.
Was Arsenal going to buy him as right back?
Left back.
And he would have been all right as a left back.
And I think he's played left back a few times for United and he's been okay.
He's been good.
But in terms of like, we now need to defend a set piece. One of my defenders is 5'3" and the other one is playing stuck in the mud. How do you expect anything good to come from that? And I think they have to buy Ugarte for the price that PSG paid for him.
52 million.
PSG robbed them blind.
This is the problem, is that Jim Ratcliffe, Brexit man, is out here selling dreams. He said football instruction and Man United fans fought their back. Your squad needs an absolute overhaul, like from top to bottom. Your the footballing directors, you brought in the Man City person. He's probably confused as to why he made that move across Manchester. You were twerking so hard for Dean Ashworth to move from Newcastle United, paid him 20 million, only to sack him 5 months later. And your team is in no better position. In fact, you're a lot worse. And I think what has really clouded how bad Manchester United are is the fact that they've won 2 trophies. They won a Carabao Cup.
Carabao and FA.
Where your manager was dancing on the pitch, twerking. He went to win an FA Cup whilst his employees were literally flying private jet after private jet to find his replacement, realised that no one wanted a job, and then came back to him and offered him a new contract. How does any of this make sense?
It doesn't.
This is Manchester United Football Club.
But what also doesn't make sense is they were unsure about Ten Hag. They wanted to give him more time. So they give him a new contract and they give him a load of money to spend on players where you're going to sack him anyway and bring in another manager who plays a different system.
It doesn't make any sense. Almiron, you walk in, you say that Mason Mount really wants, you see the hunger in his eyes, then he drops a stinker and you sub him off. He's a substitute. You're saying that he really wants it. You're number 7. 1 assist in 3 seasons, in almost 3 years.
That is crazy.
One goal or assist in 3 seasons is insane. I think that you've got also another striker who wants to go back to Italy. You've got centre-backs. Every year, Man United need a new centre-back. They still need a new centre-back. You've got Luke Shaw, unfortunately, he can't cope with the demands of Premier League football anymore. Injured again. And then you've got Casemiro, who should have gone to Saudi Arabia in the summer. and Garnacho, who is liking tweets, criticising his teammates. That is Manchester United Football Club.
Was that real? Did he actually like that?
Yeah, he liked it and unliked it. He's shit.
Let's not forget Onana waiting about 45 seconds when they needed to go.
I couldn't believe. I was watching the clip and I was like, what's he doing? What was Onana doing?
Did you see that new rule, by the way, that's coming in apparently?
What's the new rule?
Goalkeepers take too long on goal kicks. They're going to award a corner to the opposition team.
They're going to award a corner. Where's the game going?
Yeah, that's just silly.
Where is this game going?
Just
to America.
Clearly. Just an FYI, guys. If you're wondering why Cher hasn't been on for a long time, she's been watching American football. She doesn't.
She always calls it soccer.
She calls it soccer now. Where's soccer and American football's football for her.
That's not true.
What was you watching when you came in for recording?
The Red Zone.
I was watching Red Zone. However, football was done for the day. So we moved from football to football. Sunday is the best day of sport to me.
Anyway.
But I also think Man United can have a very, very difficult time getting rid of their players. It's not like a Chelsea situation where you can have a massive overhaul. You can't have the monetization over 5-7 years anymore. So to get rid of players on high contracts as well. So Marcus Rashford, what is he, 350,000 a week?
God, I hope not. Is he?
Yeah,
he's one of the highest players. He's one of the highest paid players.
Jesus Christ.
So is Casemiro.
To be a sub.
275.
I don't know why Rashford didn't start against Arsenal. I don't know what
that was
thinking.
weird for me.
When I saw it, I was
The whole
like,
team was stinky.
I was like, thank
weird.
God. He thought he could come and play his B team. That's what he gets.
In my opinion, Rashford starting in that team against Arsenal, against any top 6 side, is a problem. Because that's the only time he knows when to turn up.
Especially as he was coming in hot.
Yeah.
And then he got benched. I'll be like,
That
what?
was weird to me. But Man United, this is how their fixtures look, right, going forward. So they have got Pison?
Victoria Pleasant.
In the Europa League. After that,
Home or away?
Away. After that, they are away, not really away, but to Manchester City.
Jokers.
We'll come to Man City soon.
I think City are going to beat them though because United can't
they always beat them. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like City will get their lick back from that, and they'll start their resurgence. After they go to City, they then go to Spurs.
Oh, jokers.
That's gonna be a joke.
It's like Carabao.
Nope. Oh yeah, it is League Cup. Yeah. And then they're home to Bournemouth in the Premier League.
Tough game for United.
Away to Wolves. And they end the year at home to Newcastle.
Oh, there's so much else.
I'm not sure. Whereas maybe Victoria Pleasant. Love you, man. I'm not good at pronunciations, okay? Maybe the win will come from the Europa League. Maybe against Spurs. Can we see them beating Spurs?
No,
I think Spurs will win that, you know.
Yeah, same.
See, we said something nice about Spurs this episode, so nobody should come and say we didn't say nothing nice.
That's only because Man United are so bad.
Oh,
So bad.
But even though they are that bad, it is very United of them to win that game also.
Yeah. They're
Very
usually
true.
good in
And
it.
it depends on if their two centre backs are available.
No,
They're
actually, yeah, Man United are going to win that.
I think Man United could take something.
No, your best centre
From
backs
that
being
game.
missing in December is a headache.
It's
You know
a
how much
headache.
games
That's why I
you
don't
play
know
a
why
game
you would
every
risk
3
it.
days.
They only have one fit centre back.
Dragoson. Why'd you say something like that?
Why'd you say it like that? That's why I don't understand why you would risk your centre backs. Like, I don't get it. This was not your most important game, Ange. I do not get it, but fine, whatever.
When was the last time Tottenham beat Chelsea?
I don't know. What's the last time Tottenham beat
I just had to
Chelsea?
think about that.
Under Potter.
Ground.
Under
No,
Potter.
Oh.
When was it
that
Oliver Skip scored his first and only goal for Tottenham?
What was the score?
2-0. We lost 2-0. That's why Graham Potter. You will anyway.
It's sooner than I thought. Okay.
That game was so stupid as well. That game was stupid. You was it you? Were you a Potter sexual at one point?
Me, the one who used to say his whole name.
I think it was
No.
Graham Harry Potter.
Graham Stephen Potter.
Stephen Potter, yeah, I think it was Faye at one point, but nah, Graham Potter has blood on his hands. But okay, cool. They also play Bournemouth at home. I think they'll probably get 3 points from Bournemouth.
Nah, Bournemouth are beating them. Bournemouth are a good team, you know.
I'm not saying they're a bad
People
team. I'm
keep
just trying to
like,
give Man United the benefit of the doubt.
nah, Bournemouth are a good team. Like, I think that coach has a very high ceiling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
away to Wolves. Come on.
Cunha.
If
Put him in the
Wolves
FPL, guys.
hasn't changed their manager by then,
No, they win
and then I'm
Wolves
predicting
beating
them.
them.
Happy
Man
Man
United
that. Yeah,
win.
United win.
And obviously at home to Newcastle, I think that's probably one of their toughest games.
But
It
Newcastle
depends on what
stinky,
Newcastle turns up,
Yeah, it
though.
depends on which one.
They're a bit hot and cold.
Hopefully Isak has his boots warmed up and he's
No,
ready
he needs to
bang a
actually go away because he ruined my FPL. I took him out for no reason.
Why did you take him out?
Because he said he was injured.
I don't listen to the FPL. If it says 75% chance of playing, I'm keeping them in. I'm not doing it. But all right, cool. Liverpool didn't get to play this week, and that ruined
Are
my
we
FPL.
over Man United already?
Oh, what, do you want to say more?
They're 14th.
Long may it continue. What else?
You
is
know
there
what
to
I mean?
say?
Like they're actually 14th.
Okay, all right, they're 14th. But what next? Like, Man United are so bad that it's just we brush
We
past
have no
them.
words, Teema.
Do you think they will end up with more or less points than we did on the Potter Lampard?
I think, right, okay, and hear me out on this. Don't just hear me out. I think there's still room for Amorim to make his system work with these players. I do think he's been criticised for changing and chopping and changing his lineups since he started, but he's trying to figure out what works where. Obviously, the system is completely different. This system, the only person that I think is missing out from this system is Kobe Mainoo, who for some reason
The system doesn't suit him.
yeah, it doesn't suit him. So Amorim hasn't been playing him. And I feel like if he can find a way to get Kobe back into the team, get Rashford ticking, I still think there's a team in there that can have a resurgence to a top 10 finish.
Top 10.
Hey, getting top 6 or top 4. It's a top 10 finish for Man United this
How many
season.
points are they off top 6? They're 6, not like in the top 4. They ain't getting that.
They're not.
9,
I don't,
maybe.
I don't
10?
think it's that many points.
I think it's 10.
let me double check.
They
Nah,
can't be
they're
telling
not.
Man
me.
They're not
United
that
are on
many
19 points.
Oh, okay.
They're not
Okay,
that
so it's
many
only 6 points.
Yes.
Yeah, Aston Villa are on 6
I mean,
points.
I thought it was to us.
Oh, on
it's
25 points. So it's a 6 point difference
Between 14th and 6th.
between 14th and 6th.
They
Can still
learn
find some
Conference League
time.
anthem.
I'm not too sure about Conference League, you know. I think
I
like
think it will-
8th, 9th, 8th, 9th,
But I think
10th.
8th will get
Really?
conference because I think top 5 will get Champions League.
Would they?
It
Yeah,
depends.
is
It
that
depends on
definite?
what goes on in Italy and Germany in this because they're seeded higher than us in the
Yeah, I was
coefficient.
thinking we've got.
Someone told me that it was very likely England are going to get another Champions League spot.
I mean,
They
if
said
they
that
do-
last year.
And
we didn't.
Italy
Yeah.
smoked the competitions.
Yeah. So we'll see, but I think Man United finish 8th this season. 8th, 9th, top 10 finish. I don't put them in the top 6, but I do think there's still room for Amorim to figure it out.
I
There's
do
a
think
coach in that
Amorim
guy.
should have waited till summer to take the job though.
He asked
Yeah.
and they said no.
Oh.
He wanted to wait until the summer and they said no.
Oh, they said no.
Yeah, they said you either want it now or you don't want it.
I would have said I don't want it, because who's more desperate, him or United?
And I feel like Man United would have waited.
They would have, yeah.
They would have waited.
And
Because
had
who else wants that job?
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Yeah, and I feel like they should have kept Ruud van Nistelrooy to the end of the season anyway. That's the definition of an interim
It's extremely
manager.
difficult for a manager to come mid-season and turn your league form around just like that when you're in a rut. He needs to figure out how to stop the rut. He needs to figure out who his best players are. And he's only doing this on a week-by-week basis because there's no break to say, okay, we have 2 weeks, for example, a winter break. We have 2 weeks to figure some shit out. You got nothing.
He's got nothing. And on top of that, he's a young, apart from Sporting, inexperienced manager. So bringing him in halfway through a season, thinking that he's going to turn shit around, was a massive mistake.
Oh, but the tweets after the first game were... They said, we're back.
That Ipswich game, they drew.
No. Yeah, I think it was after the first goal. They scored first, didn't they?
Oh,
within
yeah,
a
they scored
minute.
in like, four something seconds?
Like 2-3
8
minutes,
something
They
seconds?
said, we're back. Amarin Ball. Oh, rest of the league, watch out.
Yee.
Then, obviously, that was followed by the Everton game. And then came Arsenal Forest, and now it's doomsday again.
It just really makes me, I know I'm not trying to make Chelsea the main character, but it just really makes me appreciate just how good a job Thomas Tuchel did when he took over from Lampard. Because it's difficult to come in mid-season, it's right. It's difficult, particularly when you don't know anything about the club, like you're coming in cold. And I think he's finding out that probably Manchester United are in a worse situation than he thought. I think the club is way worse. I think the
I think
situation is not.
Tuchel's
Tuchel had better
experience also, and I think his experience also helped him through that.
That's the thing, like Tuchel came in and he didn't necessarily implement a system that he's used to. He came in and he saw what the issue is. He said, defenders, 3 at the back, 5 at the back, and let's see how we go with that. Teema Werner banged with a 5 at the back. Okay, and he just used his common sense. With this your Man United team, common sense isn't common. You don't know who's good, you don't know who's bad, you don't know who plays where. It is a weird setup. So bringing in a young manager with no experience over Ruud van Nistelrooy, who's been there through the mud, is ridiculous to me. Give him the season, you know? But hey, none of my business. That's not my problem. That's just not my problem. You know, I'm enjoying this. You know? But yeah, like we said, Liverpool didn't get to play this weekend against Everton. You believe that could have been a match where Everton could have come away with something anyway, Ella?
For sure. We were not surviving dashboard at 12:30 with the wind now.
Storm was it called?
With the way Gomez and Kwanzaa played against Nico.
You know what? Emphasis on the win, man, because we're not going to be hoofing the ball.
Yeah, just crosses.
To Dominic Carvin. Nah.
Dominic would have found it somewhere.
I was delighted. I'm delighted. Because
But are you concerned that the rescheduling of the game could be in a busy period for you guys?
Because I think I've worked this out, you know. I think it's going to be, because you know in the Champions League, if you qualify for the top 8, you don't have to play that qualifier round.
Yeah.
So I think that's when they're going to put it in. So around February, should be fine. This is great.
She's ecstatic.
Honestly, one less game without Kanate. Have Jota and Alisson coming back next game.
Jota's boy, I forgot about him.
Look,
They have...
I don't.
Chiesa's coming in soon,
Oh, yeah,
bro.
Chiesa.
I forgot about
I
him.
keep telling
He's coming
you,
back.
this Liverpool team, who's going to stop them?
That's what I said, Champions Elect.
I just
You know, the
because I
burden
can't
is
deal
off
with.
Salah's shoulders.
Yeah, it's true. We rely on Salah way too much, and
Yeah, you do.
I can't deal with 9.
I think I
cannot
read
deal
somewhere that without Salah, you guys will be 17th.
I mean, he scored 75%. No, he's contributed to 75% of our goals.
Salah FC.
But
Yeah.
that's what you call like a marquee player that can win you leagues, right? And that's why you need a Salah in your team.
I mean, that's why I'm not as confident as maybe other Liverpool fans are, because as much as Diaz has shown bits of brilliance, as much as Gakpo has shown bits of brilliance, games like Newcastle, if Salah did not step up, who is stepping up?
Nunes.
Did you see the misses?
The way Ella's face changed.
I actually refuse to come. I refuse. You see how I begged last season? No, I can't.
Did you see that Mohamed Salah said that he likes playing with Nunes?
He's lying. He's lying. He let the ball slip under his foot from 1 yard out. From 4 yards out, centre of the goal. It went out nearly for a corner. Are you joking? Nah. He's taking it.
I like Nunes, man. If you guys don't want him, I like him.
Jota coming back is kind of scary, though.
Just figure speech.
But we'll see how long goes if he gets injured again. That guy's a bit...
We hope.
Who?
If
Jota
Jota
is a
can
bit
stay
injury
fit,
prone.
if Jota can stay fit,
Then are you in a title race?
potentially, yeah.
What's it going to take for Ella to say that she's in a title race?
If you could guarantee me Jota could stay fit to the end of the season, I would even say we will win it. But
The season has to happen first.
no, but the problem is Jota going to stay fit? No.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
But if he does, are we confident? Like, him and Konate were always the two.
Can I ask you a question, Ella?
Go on.
Do you think if Salah puts the Christmas tree up this year, his form is going to disappear?
That's just not my problem.
I don't know. I don't know. Whatever I'm kind of hoping he stays away from it because this form is scary good. So
It's not a coincidence. Every time he puts the Christmas tree up, his form goes...
There was one season where his form actually didn't dip. I can't remember. Was it last season or the season before?
it was a season.
No, second half of the season last year, Salah was a bit...
Yeah, he got injured as well. So
Maybe he should just
Don't
put up a tree and not
Right, put up
post
the
a
tree.
picture.
see, smart.
You smart.
No, he should
But
just leave the tree alone.
He's going to post a picture. He's going to put... Like, he does it every year.
Yes.
Merry
Going
Christmas,
to
guys.
post a picture and he's going to fumble the next... Do you know what? I don't even think that's going to happen. I think he's on such a high resurgence that no tree.
He's playing for that contract as well. so-
Exactly.
Apparently they've agreed a 2-year deal. That's the rumours I hear.
Yeah.
What, a 2-year deal? So what was the problem to begin with? Was it just that they were giving him
It
a 1
wasn't-
year?
I told you guys, all three will sign.
No, Trent is going.
We'll see.
No, Ella. Trent
We'll
is
see.
going. I found it very telling that he didn't play against Real Madrid as well.
He
He was coming back from
injured.
injury.
So
What do you
bring
mean
him on for the last 10 minutes.
Oh, so
Like,
now you want
so
now
now
you want us to rush players
you know what
back.
I just wanted to create my own agenda. Hey, put my hands up. I want to create an agenda.
Conor Bradley locked up
Can't do
Mbappe
it.
anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Conor Bradley was great that game. I think you guys have already spoken about the game, so we're not going to go into it. But, okay. Who does Liverpool have in the Champions League midweek? I've totally...
Girona.
Who?
Girona.
Okay, you're fine. All right, cool. No problem. Absolutely no problem. Let's talk a little bit about Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is at the point of expiry for his club.
Oh.
No. Just thought that you see how every single club he goes to, so Barcelona and Bayern Munich before Man City, right? After 3 seasons, you can see there's a drop off happening. And he's normally gone by that point. And now he's being forced to come up with new ideas, bring in new players and try and make something work. And I feel like this is why City's not going to win the league, because he's never been put in this predicament before. And he's losing his head. He's talking about harming himself, even though he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. But he's saying a lot of things in the press and things just don't make sense. Like when Rico Lewis got the red card, he said, what about the yellow card?
Yeah.
It's Rico Lewis. How is that an answer? Do you get? So at the moment, I just feel like he's going through something that he's never been through before, and I don't see him being able to figure it out.
His players are letting him down though.
How? How would you say they are?
Because where's Phil Foden? It's December.
Philip.
Where's the PFA Player of the Year? I feel like, as well, backline. John Stones can't stay fit.
Yeah.
Ake can't stay fit. I don't think he's figured out the solution how to operate without Rodri. So for that, I can blame him for. But for me, it's just everything else. Like this Savinho, it's December, no goals, not one. Like,
Oh, we were all excited about him at the beginning
yeah,
of the
he
season.
looks really exciting. He's struggling. KDB can't play a 90-minute game anymore. He's at the end of his towers.
But is that the players letting him down, or Pep not being able to have the foresight to see that this could happen?
I think the players are letting him down. On all honesty, like for me, this guy, if there's any team out there that should be willing to fight for their coach more than anything, it should be Man City. And sometimes when you look at it, you look at Haaland.
I think Haaland's letting the team down.
He doesn't score. He struggles to get into the game. In terms of creativity, KDB's not playing. City look like they're struggling to create. Where are all these players?
But I feel like, right, having the foresight to know that your players like John Stones, like Nathan Ake, like Kevin De Bruyne are going to potentially get injured during the season. You knew Rodri was going to be out for the rest of the season as well. Like, having this foresight will prompt you to go into that transfer window with intent. I don't think there was enough intent in that transfer window to cover all of the patches that they had. He thought, they've done it before, we can do it again. There's only so much you can do when you've won Premier Leagues 6 times. There's only so much motivation you can give these players. Look at Kyle Walker.
No, but
He
Kyle
is
Walker's
still
been...
starting for Manchester City.
Because
How?
who else are you going to play?
Exactly. He didn't have the foresight to get another right back.
I don't know if I necessarily... I think when Rodri went down, the ship sank. And I think that part for me is on Pep. But when you see players in game make stupid mistakes, for me, that can't be on the manager, because what the are you doing?
Who would you say has made stupid
Kyle
mistakes?
Walker, Kyle Walker has made stupid mistakes. It's all of them. Kyle Walker has made stupid mistakes time and time and time again. Like, he's now what? On the plus side of 30. That whole, I'll use my pace, I'll allow you the space to get back, I'm going to use my pace. But people are burning you now. So now that tells me, as a player, it's time to use your intelligence and make sure that positionally you're where you need to be. Edison was joking around, Pep dropped him.
So you think, intelligence and Kyle Walker do not go together?
No, he's dumb. On and off the pitch.
Okay.
It's one thing we can agree on.
Okay, cool. I didn't call him dumb, innit? All right, but I don't know. I still see it as Kyle Walker he's been like this for a couple of seasons now, and he's used his pace to recover very well when he's been in situations that have left him looking dumb. I still think Pep should have seen this coming. I'm just saying, a good manager, which Pep is undoubtedly, sees these issues arising and they are at least vocal about the issues that are happening. You know what I mean? And I don't think Pep has been smart enough to cover his tracks on this occasion.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think the players are letting him down, but Pep, in the summer, City did not do enough business.
They didn't do nothing.
Kyle Walker was showing his ass last season. This is not new.
This last season, Euros.
In the Euros, he hasn't been good. So I think, I just think,
Who did City sign this summer? Savinho and who else?
And Gundogan.
They signed Gundo back. Gundo's been finished. You can see that when he went to Barca, he was a finished player. He was happy to take him back, which Pep doesn't usually do. Very uncharacteristic from him. But then even when you look at it, City have spent money on defenders. They spent £80 million on Gvardiol, and the only thing he's good at is shooting.
And that's a problem and also a plus, because Haaland's not shooting. So it's kind of like, well, if Haaland's having a bad day, Vardiol's the one stepping up. It's a shamble. What are your priorities?
Who's their backup left back?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Isn't it Rico? Isn't it meant to be Rico Lewis?
Right
I thought he's a right back.
So you see what I'm saying? The priorities are all over the place with this
Because
team.
of Rodri. Once Rodri went down, he's scrambling.
Even one player. But even
he's a
massive Ballon d'Or winner, massive player. But one player out of a plethora of quality players shouldn't let your team down that bad. There's a plethora of them.
But
There's loads of them.
He's
They're
a leader
good.
as well. He's a leader as well. He's
He's
voice.
not the only leader. Gundogan at his age, does he not have any shame? He's a leader.
But his legs are gone.
It doesn't matter. He's a
He's
leader.
shouting, but
Bernardo Silva, he's a leader.
I think
They're all leaders in that team.
I don't know. City definitely could have spent more, but for me, I think it's more so on the players to step up and fight for their manager right now. Given that the situation is where it is, City will probably spend in January. They might go on like their second half run if they do manage to spend. But I think these City players, they need to develop some shame and realise that without this manager, no one cares about your club. Like he made Manchester City the household name they are today. So show some respect and fight for your manager. Especially PFA Player of the Year for Foden. Where is he?
I thought it was very cheeky that he tweeted all of his achievements.
Like the one time he's facing... And you know what's crazy? He tweeted those before it was even like a mainstay conversation on broadcasting programs. No one was talking about it. I've watched Match of the Day. I watch Sky Sports News. I watch, when Jamie and Gary do their little Monday Night Football segment, there was pipsqueak on Foden and Jack Grealish. Nothing. And then he just wants to post all his trophies, this, that and the third. First of all, half of the trophies that you're posting, you didn't even play a part in winning. But you're just here boasting. How about you boast on the pitch? Best player in the league last year, that's what they said. They said he's the best player in the league. I haven't seen him.
Hey, if I said he wasn't, I said it was Cole Palmer. Lauren's gonna appear from nowhere and say it was Kulusevski, but whatever. Is that a fire alarm? I beg your pardon. We pay for this studio session. What the is that? Should we be concerned? All right, guys. Sorry, a little bit of I was going to say technical difficulties, but no, there was a fire alarm. And we had to evacuate the building because we had to be safe. But like we were saying, Phil Foden needs to turn it up. And PFA Player of the Year last year, he's got to do more for Pep Guardiola.
And himself.
Oh, and himself. Yeah. I feel like it's just messed up the whole flow. Like everyone's cold. They're all trying to warm up. But all right, let's park it on Man City. In fact, before we do that, are we still keeping them there as title contenders? You already know my
Absolutely.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay. We never bet against Manchester City.
You don't write them off until you mathematically can't.
Yeah, we've been in too many races for me to write off these idiots.
Okay, so Man City's in a title race, but you're not.
Huh?
Man City's in a title race, but you're not.
Contenders.
Are Man City in a title race, Ella?
They're entitled contenders.
They're defending
Liverpool's-
champions.
Wait, are Liverpool title contenders?
Yeah.
Oh, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest?
Yes.
I knew it! I'm so shameless. You're so shameless.
How many points ahead of them are you?
Man City.
Yeah.
We're 9.9 for the game in hand.
9 sounds about right.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's 9. No, they got a point, didn't they?
Yeah. So
What,
8.
Oof, they drew with Crystal Palace. That was really telling.
They struggle there, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a happy hunting ground for
But
City.
every away game in the Premier League is actually difficult. I found that, like, people are struggling away from home.
Not Chelsea.
Not Chelsea. We're doing pretty well. Okay, our record away from home this season's been fantastic.
But where have you been?
We've been to. I'm gonna get it up for
Anfield.
you. We've
And
been
you
to
lost.
Anfield.
You lost.
We lost.
We went to Old Trafford.
You drew.
We drew.
We've been to.
We went to Leicester. We went to Southampton.
Relegation.
We're not counting them.
And I told
sorry.
Teema that. Teema said, you can't say that. But anyway.
Bournemouth was a good win for Chelsea, though, because everyone
we
seems to be
went
struggling
Bournemouth
there.
away.
Bournemouth.
We
Yeah.
beat them 1-0.
That's a good
West Ham. No.
That hasn't been good.
Wolverhampton.
Our record at West Ham is not good.
It's
Ask for
not.
sympathy.
That's your second home, Arsenal. But cool. Yeah.
She said, "Don't ask for sympathy."
Don't ask for some.
Because she was like, oh, our record at West Ham. Like, come on, bro. West Ham are...
It's not great.
Oh, where are they? 17th? 18th?
They're
19th?
languishing
No,
somewhere.
they're like
Bad.
16th.
Yeah.
Oh, close enough.
They're not in the...
They're also Man United's school friends, schoolmates.
Buddies.
You're bad for that. You're
They
so
are,
bad
though.
for that. All right, so let's park it on Manchester City and let's talk about their title rivals, which are Arsenal.
Corner
Top 4
FC.
race.
I forgot about that.
Corner FC.
You forgot about that,
Yeah,
innit?
I forgot about this
We're
studio
not
game.
going to forget that Arsenal are in this title. I don't care what you say about a top 4 race. Arsenal are title contenders, and you drew with Fulham.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it. I didn't watch that game.
It's Arteta's fault.
Okay. Tell me why. You and Arteta, yeah.
I'm yet to be proven wrong. That's all I have to say on it. But I think he has a bad habit of trying to put circles into squares.
Okay.
For me, granted, you have injuries, and I accept that you have injuries, but you can't keep forcing players out of position and expecting it to work. And for me, the start of the season, Fulham have had a good start. They're a difficult team to beat. They can play, right? When we face mid-blocks, doing the 2 6s things, putting someone who's supposed to be a 6 in the 8, it doesn't work. It didn't work against Newcastle. It didn't work today, and I'm not surprised that it didn't work today. I thought on the goal that we conceded, it was very poor defending from Kibio. Again, centre-backs allowing their man to run across them. Why are you doing that? What are you doing? You have your man. He had Jimenez in the start of our half. He then just allows him to run past him. Like, what are you doing? At least, like, I'm not being funny, but what happened to old school defenders who just love taking people out? You're not getting anywhere near my goal. You take the yellow card, you move on. You take the foul, you move on. Whatever it's going to be. No, in Arsenal will probably win a red card, but it is what it is. You take it, you move. I thought Raya was also poor on the goal that we conceded. I thought he could have done a bit better. It was a cross shot across his goal. Better position in there, he probably saves it. Playing 5 at right back, again, bad decision. There's no reason why Timber should have been shifted because Zinchenko is now injured, given that you had Kieran Tierney, who's a natural left back.
I was thinking.
And given that you play Miles Lewis-Skelly, who is only 17, but in the times that he's come on the pitch, he's come on as a left back. So you've now changed, you've disturbed that back line so much this season to the point where there's no chemistry in it, and that's why we're conceding. Like, when you look at the goals that Arsenal have conceded, they're stupid. Last season before that, we're not conceding those type of goals. Like, if one thing you knew these last 2 years with Arsenal, if you score against them, you have to work for the goal. Now we're just giving it away like it's charity. Just defending anyhow. So that, again, for me, rubbish. And we have a problem creating chances from open play, and all of the Arsenal fans seem to want to ignore it. Okay, cool.
Teema
Best set play team in the league. Cool, we take that. We use it, but that then doesn't mean that from open play we can't create nothing. I don't even think we created half a chance from open play. The one time we did, Gabriel Jesus, it's like he was scared of the ball, like the ball's a bomb. He literally went, oh, that's what he done in the box. Rice waited, perfectly weighted ball. Jesus was like, And then you just see the bounce, and it bounced straight into Lennon's hands, and I'm just like, what the is going on? Like, for this to be Arteta's third title charge, because that's what it would be, right?
Yep.
Third attempt at a title, and we look like we've regressed. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Cool, we get the set play, we equalise. Then that bright spark, Martinelli, you can see across the line, you're offside. Inexcusable. How are you offside when you can see across the line? People are like, oh, it's by a toe, you're being harsh, yada yada yada. But then he had to come back on himself to cross the ball anyway, so you didn't have to make the run. You just time your run, bro. Like, in all honesty, time your run. And for me, it's like, if Saka or Odegaard don't play well, Arsenal don't play well. And that's a concern, almost having spent up to $1 billion in a squad, and 2 players make or break. Even in saying that, Saka's his own entity. I think he tries regardless of how Arsenal are playing because of the quality of play that he is. But for the rest of the team, Odegaard had a poor game, Arsenal had a poor game. Concerning. He's not going to have a good game every game. He's not Messi, he's not alien, he's not freak. He's going to have times where he might be struggling to create, or he's not really in the game. And if that happens, I look at the rest of the team and then I'm like, okay, so who's stepping up? No one. And that's just where I see it. Like, for me, I've been at my wit's end with Arteta. I'm still at my wit's end with Arteta. If you want to stay in a title race and Liverpool didn't play, just like Chelsea done, you close that gap to 4 points. Not 5, not a draw. You close the gap to 4 points. We couldn't do it. So it's just Champions League football, and make sure that he's gone at the end of the season.
He's under new contract.
I don't care. So did Ten Hag.
And do you know what? I feel like for the first time, I actually agree with you about Arteta.
Oh.
For the first time. And this is also coming off the back of a couple of wins that you've had since coming back from international break. You turn it around a little bit, and then you go ahead and draw to Fulham. I thought Liverpool not playing will give your players the boost that they needed to go out and get that win. When I saw Jimenez scored first, I was like, oh, okay. I wonder what that game's like. And then I turned it on, and when Arsenal equalised, I'm thinking Arsenal are going to get back into this. And I'm just thinking, wow, this team is all over the place. It was all over the place.
The reason why I don't, like, for me, I do think there is a quality issue at Arsenal. I think outside of Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz included, the rest of our attackers have been subpar, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why I put the blame more so on Arteta is because even though, in my opinion, some of these attackers are below par, one day they're playing in the 8, the next day they're playing in the 10. Today, against Manchester United, which second half I thought we were really good, you put Declan Rice in the 6. He does what Rice does best. Today, you put him in the 8. The guy doesn't have a creative bone in his body apart from whipping in a ball, which he's really good at. I think he probably learned it from James Ward-Prowse whilst he was at West Ham. But apart from that, nothing. Like, he doesn't offer nothing in the 8. You make the second half sub, you see Moreno come onto the pitch, all of a sudden it's like, okay, your 8 can receive the ball on the half turn, they can move. You're moving forward. All of a sudden, attacking patterns look better. I think Timber and Saka have a really good relationship down that right-hand side. Why put him at left-back to play a 63-year-old finished Partey? For what reason? Like, there's no justification. None. Then it's like, oh, Saka's getting forward. I think the Fulham defender Robertson today, he had a really good game against Saka. They battled well. But it's like, okay, now my winger is isolated. There's 3 Fulham players around him. There's no right back to take one player away. It's just like, oh, I'm going to stand here. I'm going to wait for the ball. We're going to recycle everything. Go inside, come back inside. Go inside, go back outside. Go inside, go back outside. Not one underlapping run, not one overlapping run. Saka's just supposed to do magic every week. And to me, that's not sustainable. So it's enough of Arteta and his stubborn ways. It's enough of him wasting Conke's money. And it's enough of him at my club. And for all the Arsenal fans out there who feel the need that they must constantly defend him, if he lets Enzo Maresca or Arne Slot win a league title in their first season in the Premier League, that will be grounds to get rid. On top of that, need I remind you, at the end of this season, Saka and Saliba are in contract years.
Saliba said he's staying.
Cesc Fabregas said he's staying.
Word.
Van Persie said he's staying.
Word.
Sanchez, Ozil. Just won't be the first, it won't be the last.
Nasri.
How do you keep? Like, I don't know if Arsenal fans think that they live in Disney where they can write their own fairy tale. How do you keep your best players at your club when they're not winning?
You don't. They all leave, and that's what they've done in the past. If you go off your history, they will leave. But you mentioned something very interesting there. If Enzo or Arne Slot win this Premier League before he does, they are both on their first terms as managers, and they are already ahead of Arsenal. I think that alone, for me, is enough to say, Arteta, what are you doing? Wake up. And going into January, if that still remains the same, there's a lot of questions that need to be had in that boardroom.
And I don't think, do you know what's crazy? I don't even think knowing Arsenal KC aren't going to, they're not going to spend crazy money in January. So it's like, we've misused funds and we've got an attack of Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard.
And Sterling.
It's his birthday.
about
It's
him.
what to do.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Raheem.
birthday, Raheem
Raheem.
Sterling, man.
And a Raheem Sterling on loan. And if we look at it, take Saka out of that team, I don't think there's a combined of 11 goals between them in the Premier League in December. And it's just like, what do you think that attack is going to do for you?
I think it's Havertz started off so well this season as well, and it's just like we know with Chelsea,
He struggles to get into games sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, for me, when he's struggling to get into... Even today, he's struggling. You brought on Jesus. Jesus acted like he was scared of the ball. It's just like, bro, like...
I saw a tweet that said, now that Arsenal have got a set-piece coach, maybe they need an outfield coach.
Yeah, we do. We need everything that's not Mikel Arteta. That's just where I am with it. Like, for me, he's done some good, but I think he's reached his ceiling. And the only thing that was given Arsenal fans copium is that they were losing league titles to Pep. So it was sort of like there's an excuse. But I dare him to lose a title to Chelsea or Liverpool, and I want to see the excuses that they bring. As I keep saying, football, you strike when you're hot. It's not a game where it's like, oh, you don't win it this year, you can win it in 4 years. That's not how football works.
I already know what Arsenal fans are going to say.
What?
They're going to say Chelsea spent $1 billion,
And
or they're going to say, but Liverpool still had the core of that title winning team. I already know what they're gonna
But
say.
they didn't. They don't really. But for me, Liverpool don't really have the core, because at the beginning of the season they were all saying Liverpool have no midfield.
They have a spine though.
But the midfield is a part of your spine. They questioned their entire midfield. So for me, I'm not having that excuse.
I'm not having either of them.
I'm not having none of it. None of it. I'm not having none of it.
If Arsenal are the club that these fans constantly bombard me and tell me, oh, give up your season ticket, oh, go support a different club, you're so negative, this, that and the third, or what are you doing here then if you don't believe in Arteta, all these couch potatoes. Yeah. If that's what they want to say, then make sure on May 19th that I am in N5 celebrating my team lifting the league title, and it's not over there in SW6. I don't know the postcode in Liverpool, sorry. Or it's not all the way up there, up north.
With something.
just make sure that's not the case. Like, and I don't think my criticisms of him isn't because like I want to be negative. I just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel with this manager. But I am more than happy to be proven wrong, because I want to see my team win.
Because I asked the question, you weren't here that episode. What happens if he doesn't win a title this season?
He walks.
Or Champions League.
He should walk.
But then who are you going to get to replace him?
Who do I want?
That's the owner's problem.
I want Nagelsmann.
And on that note, because of time, unfortunately, like we said, we were bombarded by a fire alarm, and it's cut our time. Well, not a time of the podcast, but our time here short, because me and Ella have last trains to catch. Right. Let's look quickly for the last couple of minutes into the Champions League. Now, Arsenal
Playing Monaco.
You're playing Monaco. Mm-hmm. You're expecting a win.
Absolutely. You just drew. If you don't win,
You'll get enough corners in that game. You'll be right.
I don't mind the corner threat, you know. I don't.
I think the problem with Arsenal is if a team knows how to deal with it, then that cuts off that supply.
That's the thing. It's very difficult. I don't know what it is about their set pieces.
Did you see how Traore man marks Saliba? Just do that.
Yeah, but I think when it's just Saliba, it's fine. But then when it's Saliba and Gabriel, it's a different problem. Because for me, even our set pieces, I think Liverpool are pretty good at defending set pieces with Konate and Van Dijk, and we still manage to score a set piece on them. And I think when it comes to defending set pieces, they're probably one of, if not the best team in the league. So for me, I don't mind. And I think it's very overstated. Like, people are so upset that Arsenal are so good at corners. Like, since when was that a thing?
By the way, I don't understand why people are upset at Saka for racking up goals or assists through the corners. Like,
it's the same way people were upset of
Cole Palmer getting penalties.
So.
Like, I'm not being funny. For me, in my opinion, actually, no, I'm not going to say it. I was about to say it's harder to get an assist from a corner than a goal from a penalty, but I'm actually not too sure about that. But
no, I believe that.
Do you know, because to have it pinpointed to the accurate player in the box from your set pieces that you've been doing in training, I think that's pretty special.
Yeah, Saka and Rice's deliveries are always, 9 times out of 10, they're bang on the money. Like, even going back to our midweek game against Manchester United, we could have scored from every single set piece. It was just that some of our players were misfiring in front of goal. That was it.
And I feel set piece, 5 on corners.
Today he missed one, and Man United he missed one. Uncle, bro.
Anyway, Stoke FC.
Okay, so Liverpool played Girona. I'm sure we're all going for Girona win. I mean, sorry, a Liverpool win. Ella was like,
Liverpool haven't lost in the Champions League. How they you guys are top?
Unbeaten.
Yeah, we've only conceded 1 goal as well. So.
But you're not title contenders, right? PSG play RB Salzburg.
PSG's Champions League
it's hanging
in. No, it's hanging in the balance. If they lose today, they ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
Same as Real Madrid.
Yeah, Real Madrid is bad.
No, they've still got one more game.
No, but I'm saying
it's very
the positions.
And the funny thing is, Real Madrid are going away to Atalanta.
Tough place.
Tough.
Especially when you've got Mbappe stinking.
But I think Vinny Jr.'s back though, so we'll see.
What do you make of Mbappe?
Did you not see his thing today? He gave an interview. He said he's going through heartbreak, and he said, I hope I can love a girl again.
Huh? Now you're lying.
Nah.
Enzo Fernandez, call your boy, because you need to understand what you need to turn your heartbreak into. It's heartbreak.
Yeah, he broke up. His girlfriend broke up with him this this
Heartbreak.
Heartbreak can kill. Let's have
Killian.
some sympathy.
How much is he on per week that he's talking about heartbreak?
Money doesn't change the fact that you go get your heart broken.
He needs to go to
But why
Miami.
did he say that? Why
Get a
did
couple of baddies.
He literally said, I hope, the quote was, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly, it was like, I hope I can love a girl again.
love football?
can't be true.
Love scoring goals. Come on,
This
man.
can't be true.
Nah, that's
Swear to God.
Anita, cut the cameras around.
that is nah.
Did you find it?
I'm looking for it because I don't believe this.
Oh, let me
It's
find
not
it.
coming up on Google.
It can't be true.
I've typed in Mbappe heartbreak quotes.
It can't be true.
I
Put it on
hope
Twitter.
it. I
Maybe it'll
hope.
come up.
Do you know what? Heartbreak is hard.
Okay, yeah, look. Kylian Mbappe, I hope I will be in love with a woman again. Look.
What? It's not
Listen, man.
serious.
Marcus Rashford, fly your
Alright.
guy out to Miami.
And that was from
get him a
Madrid
couple of
Zone, which has
baddies.
1.3 million
Yeah, I
followers.
trust Madrid.
And then it says context. Before joining Real Madrid, his girlfriend broke up with him and he was heartbroken. He says this is one of the reasons for his bad form.
Yeah, but I'm so sorry. Heartbreak can't affect you at work, bro.
Nah.
You'll get fired.
No,
Like,
it can.
You'll get fired.
Have you ever cried at your desk before?
No, I go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom and cry. I'm not crying at my desk. What do you mean?
But you've had like,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Sorry, you got to keep performing.
Listen to Usher
You
Let It
got-
Burn and keep it moving.
Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
sorry.
One let it burn about him getting herpes. All right.
Bye,
cool.
guys.
Wait. Dortmund play Man City. Man City? Was it Man City? Dortmund play Barcelona.
Ooh, that's a
Another
tough
interesting,
game.
tough game.
Barca are on a bit of a shaky patch.
Mm.
And Dortmund's Champions League record is very good.
And Juventus play Manchester City.
City going to beat them.
I don't know.
Trust me.
All right, no problem. Guys,
It's been real.
it's been another great episode. Please, we're sorry that we've had to rush through the last few minutes. I know you guys probably wanted to hear more about Shai and the Arsenal woes. I know you probably wanted to hear more about Ella and her title race. That's not really a title race. I'm sure you wanted to hear more about Teema and why she thinks Enzo Fernandez is one of the best players at Chelsea at the moment, right now.
I don't believe I said that, but
But with the way you're fighting for that man, you probably believe it.
Most informed players.
Most informed.
can I say though?
Okay, no problem. It's been another episode of the Gold Diggers podcast. This might be our last episode before Christmas. And if it is, we wish you guys a very, very Merry Christmas to those who celebrate and those who don't. And it might be also our last episode until the new year. So Happy New Year in advance. Don't go out drinking. Don't go out smoking. Don't go
Go
out
to
doing...
church.
Go to church. Don't go out doing things that we wouldn't do. All right? See you guys later. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms at Gold Diggers UK on Twitter, at Gold Diggers UK _on Instagram, at Gold Diggers UK on TikTok, and at Gold Diggers UK on LinkedIn. LinkedIn. And make sure you're all following us. Make sure you're all following us individually as well. Sorry, I'm in a rush. I got a last train to catch. Ella, yours is before mine. I don't know why you're laughing.
Jeez.
Anyway, see you guys. Bye.
Bye.